Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I am sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is sell what you don't use. So, a few years ago, I got all of these polymer clay things because I was sure that I was going to like polymer clay. It was 2020. We did stupid stuff. I didn't. I opened, in the past 4 years, I have opened exactly one of them. It was actually to kind of use it more as a putty to hold something together that I was super gluing. So put them on the marketplace. Even if you get $10, it's $10 more in your pocket. I also paint, and I don't know how I ended up with so many of these little paints because I normally use the Liquitex Basic. So for some reason though, I have tons of these little Craft Smart ones. I don't know if I'd gotten them for a different project and like bought the wrong thing, or gotten them for my kiddos, or maybe I got them when I taught. I don't remember how I ended up, but I don't use them. I mean, they're not outdoor paints, so it's not for that because I use outdoor paints. But for some reason, I have all of these random paints, so I'm also selling that. But I currently have like 13 or 14 things on Marketplace, and if they haven't sold in like 3 to 7 days, then I drop the price depending on how much activity. If I see that I have like 80, 90, 100 clicks and like 5 or 6 saves, and the item's like $30, I might drop it to 25 because then they might be like, "Oh, it's only 25. Maybe I'll get it now." So they could just be like looking for a deal, or they may say, "Oh, it's 25 and offer me 20," which I'm still happy that I'm getting the 20. I mean, sometimes I always price stuff fair, but sometimes I price it a little high just to kind of get that like idea. And I've sold a lot of stuff on Marketplace, new and used. But it's a great way to make a little extra cash on the side. Are you going to get rich? Probably not. It's probably not going to be, especially because you're selling what you already have. And, really in reality, it's probably the negatives. Like I paid, let's see if I have any price tags on these. So I paid $2.50 for each of these, and I'm selling all of it plus the different tools for like $15. So definitely less than 50% of what I paid, and they're new. They're still in the package, brand new. Um, so yeah, I'm downsizing my art and craft supplies because I'm not using them. I mean, now if I painted every day or every week or even every month, if I use these, then I would definitely keep them, but I don't. I frequently just, they're just taking up space. So I really want my house back, and I have a ridiculous number of craft supplies. I have probably somewhere between 20 and 50 canvases, if I were to guess. That I need to get rid of. That's so much space. I have so many different paint scents. I have the paints I showed you. I have my Liquitex. I did paint pouring for a while. There's been so many hobbies that I have had throughout. Cement stuff. I mean, just an unrealistic number of hobbies, trying to kind of find my place in the world and figure out what I liked. And woodworking. That's what I like. I like woodworking. I like working with wood, and I kind of like some simple sewing type stuff, but not really. I love the feel of wood. I love everything about it. And I mean, like, especially like older wood, like aged wood, there's like something very, like, it's just very there's a feel to it, and then you sand it, and it's like soft and smooth, almost like a driftwood texture, but it's not. But I absolutely love it, and I love everything about it. I love the way it feels. I love the way it smells. I love the way, like I can take a piece of wood and the way it feels in my hands once it's smooth, and I can like just rub my hand down it, and it's a very sensory experience. So I definitely, it took me a few years and it took me a few tries, but I love building things. I've built a hammock stand, and then I took one of them apart and I repurposed that. I can't what did I use those boards for? I used some of them for part of I made like this really cool triangle wood stand that Matthew Peach showed for like firewood. It looks kind of like it's like an A-frame. I love doing that. And now, like on some days, it's so funny. Some days I go out and my whole like backyard smells like cedar. But I absolutely love it. So there is some stuff I'll keep. I mean, like I have two huge buckets of paint and stain that's for wood. I'll keep my polyacrylic and my spar urethane and my, all of that type stuff, my varnishes. I'll keep some of my Liquitex paint because I can use it both as paint, and I can also water it down and use it as like a wash. So I mean, I did keep some stuff like that I can incorporate into that, but if I'm if I'm not going to be using it, then somebody else can use it and I can make a few extra bucks. And then it's also not annoying me, and I can have that room in my house to do other things. Now, I'm not saying go and sell all your craft supplies if you use them. I'm not saying, oh, I love to sew and I sew every week. I'm going to go and sell my sewing machine. Not a smart choice unless you've bought a new sewing machine to replace it. But, it's just chances are you have a bunch of stuff laying around that you could sell. Some of the stuff is just like old resale stuff. Some of it's like, arts and crafts supplies that are unused, or things I've made, even like some of the woodwork I've made. I'm going to list some of those, even though it's out of season, just to kind of get some of it down from last season's stuff and sell that. Um, I'll just sell a lot of, I feel like for me, I have a ton of craft supplies. That's like that's my, I guess, toxic trait, is the buying craft supplies and then not using them. So I'll be selling those. I'll be selling any decorations that I don't use. I'll be once it gets warm enough, I'll sell one of the desks that I have in the shed. But if I'm not using it and somebody else can, I might as well sell it, right? And then I can, make some extra money, and it's just, I know I'm probably not making any sense. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. But you probably have extra clothes that you can sell. Almost everybody has too many clothes. I wear my clothes until they're virtually worn out. But I do have some clothes that I'm selling, and I kind of have like my donate, sell, brag pile. So like my super, super nice clothes that I just don't wear anymore because they don't fit, like jeans that I've worn once or twice, that are like name brand, or nice sweaters, stuff like that. Before I donate them, I will try and sell them. And then if I don't successfully sell them, then I'll also donate those. And then the clothes that are still in good condition, but they might not be name brand, or they're worn somewhat, like they're not like worn out, but they're definitely not nearly new. They're more like of a used good condition than a nearly new condition, then those tend to go to um, then those go to donate. But even now, actually, they have I donate even like a lower quality of clothes because the particular place I donate to has the ability, they sell them to a different place and they get like a certain, it's like rag whatever, sorry, so it's like a recycling thing, and they get like so they will buy things, like they'll sell things to a repurposer or recycler or whatever. So there's so I have a little bit more option to donate than most. But I am really off topic and I know it, and I am so sorry. So today's tip is to go through your house room by room. Choose a room and start. For me, it was my craft room, and now I'm going through my bedroom. Then I'll go back to the craft room and find some stuff that you don't use anymore and put it online. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. I don't recommend eBay. I don't like eBay. Find a place that you can sell it and see if you can make a couple extra bucks. It's not going to be a ton. Don't forget to keep track of stuff because there's like, fees and stuff, and taxes and all that, especially if you sell a lot. But you'd be surprised what stuff you have that you don't use that you could sell. And if you make a couple $100, it's a couple $100 more dollars. So today's tip for frugal living is go through your house room by room. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So take your time and find things that you no longer use. Maybe your kids have outgrown some toys, and go ahead and sell them. And the one caveat there is do not waste your time selling them as well. So if you have something and like some items are big, like a bigger toy or a piece of furniture, and your only options are Marketplace or Craigslist. If it doesn't sell, I'm so sorry. If it doesn't sell and it's in the way, rather than spending so much time on it, you can also then say, you know what? I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to go ahead and I'll donate it. So that's kind of what I do after they've been on for so long. I donate it. And, so anyways, again, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. And today's tip is sell the stuff you're not using. Thank you so much. And if you like hearing my tips, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.